Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to see you guys here. We are live. We are gonna get started with the morning session. Let me know where you guys are calling in from. We are going to get started right now. I'm just reloading the pivots. Make sure you have your coffee, your tea, your water, everything ready. I had a very exciting morning already. Let me share my screen. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Good morning, Canada. Good morning, UK. Happy to see you guys. It's 8:41 trading time, 7:41 in Frankfurt. And we are going over last week's 1 hour charts and checking what's new. And we are ready. Okay, share the screen. We have the 1 hour charts and we have the 15-minute charts. We are going to go over them for a second and then we're going to look into the rest of the week. Hello US, hello Mexico, blue, blue, blue. Yes, blue, blue, blue. We have made good money, guys. This one, 42 pips, hit take profit on 19 May. We had a Monday take profit and a Tuesday where we had, of course, a lot of people doubting, but then still hitting take profit the next day. And if it wouldn't have taken you out in take profit here, it goes back to break even and then steadily goes there on Friday still. So we had AUD CAD, we had good money, and I do see that even though we start the hour before Frankfurt's kind of opening, pre-opening of Europe, we go from pre-opening of Europe to Europe session to London session, and the pre-opening of Europe is a green bar, which is fine. But I do see that Euro AUD CAD is gonna continue with this journey for another 55 pips. You see pivots have been moving down. This was S0. Here this was probably S0 and then it moved down, and now it's moving down further. So with the acceptance of the speed of the chart, we would expect this to happen somewhere here on the 26th in the morning. That's how long I think it will take to go to the bottom of S0. But AUD CAD definitely definitely a time to look down still. Today is a Euro bank holiday. Honestly, not really. It's a Christian holiday, and I need to double check the name. It's Whit Monday. Also in Canada, it's National Patrick's Day in Quebec. It's also Victoria Day in Canada in quite some states, and it's Whit Monday, where it's called the Christian holiday. Now this is not practiced all in Europe. So I'm in Lithuania, for example, at this moment, which is east of Europe, and this is not a holiday for Lithuania. So you have different countries who are closed. Netherlands, for example, has a free day today, but I'm more focused on when the UK has a real closing day, and I think that that is something like next week. There's Memorial Day in the US, and there's Spring Bank Holiday in the UK. So next Monday, 31st, yeah, then is when we're gonna see a slower Europe market. But today I wouldn't really think about a holiday. It's good to know that there is holidays in Canada, but it's at the end of today, so it's not right now. Alright, so that's AUD CAD. Did I save that? Yes, I saved it, so we are gonna keep that. Then CAD JPY. CAD JPY went up as we wanted. It didn't reach these highest levels, but it did reach here. So from the original entry 2 weeks ago, 100 pips, and now it's a very shallow market. Will it still go up? That is the question. Here we had like a slow, like a quicker ride in the longer ride itself. Green, 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 buy signal. Here we had green, green, buy signal, just touching the other side of the cloud. That creates the buy arrow, went down and went back to break even later. Here we have green, 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 hoping for another breakout on the Friday, but it didn't fully happen. It only went by 20 pips, which is fine for a Friday afternoon. Make sure you don't get catched up in anything. Can we enter AUD CAD? Yes, you can enter AUD CAD for a sell. Just remember that this is more of a weekly analysis series, and it can make a little bit of a pullback towards the cloud. But at the end, even though if you would enter now, you have a 15-20 pips pullback for a 60 pips take profit. So it's really, really nice. And I do expect it to come down by 26th of May or earlier. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, right? So CAD JPY, beautiful 2 weeks analysis, made a lot of money here, but the last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was very shallow. So I'm deleting this one and I'm not having an active advice on CAD JPY, because if you look right now, it's flat. It's still an uptrend. It can still grow here by another 45 pips, but I wouldn't enter today or tomorrow. So it can go there quickly. Today, tomorrow, miss the trend, but I don't see it as a long-term analysis. I see that there is maybe a bit of exhaustion around the buyer. So from that perspective, CAD JPY, I will leave you guys with that. Then here we have an analysis with a higher level that is not shown anymore because the old pivots are not there. Now this R8 has been proven to hit multiple times. Now the question is, as it's still an uptrend market on CHF JPY, and it is a very long and strong one since 27th of April, basically the whole month of May. This week I do believe that this pair would continue. We had a little bit of a push on Thursday, we had a very shallow Friday, which is totally fine, but we have a low, a higher low, a higher low, and now again a higher low. If it resists on the cloud, I would really believe that this pair can still make that move all the way to R8, which is 30 pips, but it can also still make that move towards that resistance level that we saw last Monday. Where that resistance level is, we need to of course wait. So AUD CAD, we are for the sell. Next Monday, bank holiday in UK. Yes, that's what I said. So next Monday it's US and UK holidays, and those days you need to really look out. But honestly, it's the 31st of May. I think on Friday, this Friday, you want to close everything, and on 31st you probably just don't want to trade. I also think it's way better for a weekly session to be starting on Tuesday next week, to look into what the not business day on Monday did, and then to see on Tuesday how we're going to tackle those 4 days. But that's for later, guys. For now, CHF JPY, if it's resisting, like if it finds support here on the cloud, then it creates another higher low than the ones before. We are in a clear uptrend, and that would mean for me that I'm really interested in buying it. Okay, Euro CAD. So I will refresh a little bit. We have AUD CAD and CHF JPY. Then we have Euro CAD. A lot of analysis from the last 2 weeks. Hit take profit a couple of times here. Here we had new ideas to go down. We also said start and end of the week. The end of the week should be somewhere here. We hoped of some deeper dips. Didn't come. The only thing what's very nice to see is you see here that there's like a certain move, and the week before it was a down move. Now you see it's an up move, and it kind of has the same curve and the same resistance moment as it had here to resist and then to make some extra volume candles downwards. That came a little bit later here, or you can see those candles to be more voluminous around the level that we expected to take profit. So unfortunately, it's not always copy paste of last week. That would be very easy, but it's very useful to have this also to look at the volume levels. So here you see spikes of more volume, and you see spikes of more volume exactly at the same Thursday. So that's really a thing. So when you see that last week had certain spikes, it can be news related, but if it's not news related, it's more than likely to repeat. Plus news relates also, they also relate month after month. So if you would copy not a week but a month, which is a bit too far away, I mostly don't really like to do that, but If you would copy a month ahead, you will see the geometry in there plus the amount of volume from the last month towards the next month. So there's a lot of symmetry in that. Now, what do I think with this one? It has been going above the cloud. It has been resisting certain levels there that we draw before they were pivot levels. We see here a old pivot level that we draw that was exactly used as a resistance, which is in the middle of pivot 4 and R5 at the moment. So remember, every pivot level exactly in the middle is a pivot level again. We just don't want to, because in the middle of those two is a pivot level again, and in the middle of that is a pivot level again. You just want the main levels, but there is 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.5, etc. Towards the R5 as well. I do believe that this is going to... I do believe... We don't need vibrata, I need my arrow. I do believe that this week we are continuing the drop. We are still in a downtrend, even though the market has been showing some resistance. And I can also say I'm stubborn, right? But from technical analysis part, as long as it's a downtrend, it's a downtrend. A lot of people can say, no, but it might go up. As long as it's a downtrend, it's a downtrend. So when is the downtrend over? Technically, we have a low here, we have a higher low here, we have a higher low here. Technically, that can mean that this drop of lower lows is finished when here we created a higher low. And it was on the S0 level. Now it's currently struggling at S2, but if it now goes to S0, it creates an equal low. If it breaks that level, we are definitely going back to where we wanted to go. So those levels for me, what I will do is I will not give any future advice. I will delete, this one was the weak line, and this one was the potential options. It's maybe a bit messy for you guys. Let me do this. Let me delete the last week. That is maybe making it a bit clear. Here it's just good to see the opposite of what happened and where those targets came from. This target would be a quick one. That's why we said we go with speed of the chart, and we expect this. Let me delete this one. It's a very small one. So this maybe makes it a little bit more clear to see where are we going. This one hit very quickly, by the way, but this was the original advice. So you see all those arrows have about the same speed. This is the weak advice, and this was what we hoped for. I do believe that we still go that direction, but I can't give you a direct advice to sell. Here we have a drop. And we expected it last Monday. Unfortunately, it went totally the wrong way, and then it started to go our direction. I drew a line a little bit higher than S0 because I was slightly afraid that it wasn't gonna hit the S0, and you see even it went a little bit higher than my line. So that is set. Can we enter Euro USD? We are not at Euro USD yet, guys. CHF JPY we can enter too. Yeah, CHF JPY, the same as the AUD CAD. But guys, to be honest, this session is not really for enter new trades. This session is more for working together on an idea of what this week is gonna bring. I'm personally entering in about 2 hours earliest. I'm not entering straight away Monday pre-market session. I do that on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday because I like that the market is kind of slow and we can enter before the market opens. So I am a pre-market trader, but not on Monday, because on Monday I want to see in 3 minutes Frankfurt to open, and sometimes I miss a little move. with that, but I'm taking the big one. So if I'm seeing a 60 pip moves, I'm not taking one trade for 60 pips. I'm not a swing trader. I'm just deciding that AUD CAD is going into a certain direction, and I will only follow that direction for this week. CHF JPY is a certain direction, and I'm going into that direction. So I have my list here for last week, and I actually need to make a new list for this week, which I didn't start yet. So that's a very good point, and I'm gonna do that now. So my main goal is to make sure that I always have my goals for that for the week, and only having the same day. So this was my last week analysis, that goes into the bin, and then we have the next week, this week analysis. I'm gonna write that down. So for Euro CHF, I'm gonna delete this pattern. We just missed the take profit levels. Don't worry too much if you're still in it. You should be in good profit already. Maybe closed out, and otherwise it should go down again, but I'm not really giving that as a new advice. So for me, AUD CAD is a this week sell only advice. CHF JPY buy only advice. So what I'm doing is I'm not gonna sell this pair this week. At some point I might stop buying, but I'm not gonna sell this pair this week. So that is for next week. If it goes into a certain downtrend, then that would be for next week. So I'm just on Monday, I'm saying the direction, and the rest of the week I'm following that direction. Works pretty well, I can tell you guys. Euro CHF, I don't see any analysis from before, so I don't know why it's there. GBP JPY, we went for a buy, and it hit quicker than expected, about 66 pips from Monday to Tuesday already. Wednesday hitting that level and then coming down a bit. Therefore, not a buy advice right now. We made our money here, very good, but we are not having a buying advice right now. GBP USD, we had different levels. We said we go up, we go down, and then it's or a steep move as this one was, a copy move, or a little bit less steep, more the flow of the market in total, like on the longer run. And that's what it did, but it didn't go all the way there. It stagnated on R6 two times, and if it does that here and it does it again on Friday, you know you need to get out, right? So I really hope that here we had from below the cloud, we said okay, it's going to go up 244 pips. You actually bought only green here above the cloud, and it went up by 130 pips in our direction. Then it made a pullback and it went up again 130 pips into the same level. Then when you see it's kind of the double top, double level, you see here we made a cross. We said that's the end of the week. It might knock out in this corner. It doesn't fully reach it, and that you know, if you see it going down here, you want to get out. Then you have a beautiful profit with also a red entry line that needs to stay green for you to stay in. So you can enter here, exit here. You can enter here, exit there. You see here green, and here it becomes green, red. So the goal would be to enter here, green. You can also enter here. You can also enter here. You have 3 entry options, and then you have here is your exit. So you have green above the cloud, buy. Market levels out, entry line becomes red, exit. Enter here, green, and exit there. Not the greatest trade, as you see, it's just a small one, but that happens as well. At least you're not closing any you're not closing it in any negatives. So waiting for that line to be red sometimes gives away a little bit of the profit, but you see it here as well. Green, enter here, and then here green, red, exit there. Then you take this whole right, you take this whole right, and you have really good statistics in your account. For now, GBP USD, I wouldn't say that we are going up, at least not today. Deleting this pattern, made a lot of good money on it. So I would say for GBP USD, there is a definite uptrend. We want to see, now what is that with those things? We want to see the price above the cloud, clearly above the cloud. Then I wanted to see the break of R6 to go to R8. So I probably would only buy it from R6 to R8 when it actually breaks, which is the 60 pips, and it's for later this week. So we are not going to save any GBP pattern. USD CAD still in a strong downtrend, just didn't do exactly it as we wanted. This was the first analysis, and then we said okay, we wanted to go down, potentially up, further down, or down, down. It went down. This was a little trade, this was the first trade, this was the second trade, and then we said okay, or from here it will drop, or we make a pullback and drop. Now the pullback was a little bit further, but the end result is exactly the same. So it's just a bigger pullback, resistance on the hourly trend line, 4-hour trend line, still going strong in a bearish trend, and basically it's time to keep moving down. So I'm just adjusting this analysis towards what happened last week at the second part of the week. Then Thursday, Friday started dropping again, and currently it's a sell. It's red, it's under the cloud. I think that the entry line is green at the moment. When that turns red, you can definitely go and start buying towards the bottom, which is 44 pips, and then going to the old pivot level that was mentioned there, that you guys don't see anymore because the old levels are deleted and not saved during the analysis anymore. So USD CAD, I'm still bearish, which means I would only sell this pair for this week. I would only sell this pair for this week. What is the deal with Euro CAD? I would only buy Euro CAD. Euro CAD, I would only buy. So this is interesting, right? USD CAD is a sell, Euro CAD is a buy. They are correlated, but they don't have to be fully correlated. That's more of the case with the JPY pairs, though. So, all right, USD JPY. It's probably time to let this go. This has been an insane long time of analysis. Up, pullback, and then the question is: are we going up? Are we gonna crush it? Are we going to go into the next wave? No. What's happening is that it resisted twice on this level. It went down again. It is in an officially, this is a uptrend since 26 April, confirmed on 7th of May, made an equal low, not a lower low, so it stayed in the uptrend, but it also not making higher highs, so that means we are in no trend, and no trend means that we need to go and break out at some point. So a lot of people would show this as a wedge. I don't know if I can show that. It's gonna be difficult. So this is what we are technically in. It's a bit longer even, but I can't really show that. Oh, I can try. Make it fit. Yes. So this is the pattern that we are currently in. Now those patterns mostly break in 2/3. So basically you have, this is 100% and this is about 60%, roughly 2/3 something here. So the point is that around here, making a vertical line, so probably around here we will have a breakout. So that is the plan. The idealistically, difficult words, they are breaking out on 2/3 of the pattern. So we are gonna see, like the head is hitting twice. There are still higher lows. but it's forming itself into a non-volume situation. Now this in time, we are talking here about 24 May. We are talking about, I can't see the date in the future, but we know that it's 121 bars. So 121 divided by 24, that's 5 days to go. All right, 5 days to go. So that means that in the next 5 days, we probably see that this market is still staying stuck in here. Maybe test this one more time, maybe goes here. And then there's a question if it breaks out, or maybe it goes up and breaks out. So it's totally unknown. It can also break out here. But this is the whole question. It needs to make a higher high there, or it needs to make a lower out of the shape move, and then we are probably going into selling mode. So this is what it is. I will make this one equal with this low, because that is an expected line to hit. Those lines we already have. And let's see, I will save this pattern for the beauty of it, because this is not a tradable pair at this moment. You shouldn't buy or you shouldn't sell. I will just save it for making this a better Picasso than it already is. Let's see what we're gonna do. I'm gonna very shortly check the 15 minutes. We were selling here. Congratulations, take profit. We said only start buying from this level. It actually went to that level, but it didn't continue. It made like some crazy moves with a lot of spikes. Still going up. You see here low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So it's probably still going up. We had this analysis here before. Market going down, we expect pullbacks from certain levels. Didn't exactly do as we wanted, but the educational part was clear. This one still hit take profit on Friday, which is very good. GBP USD made another high. That is very nice. Here we had selling moves on the, what is this, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So Wednesday we here had to sell, and the market just kept going down. So that's what you want to see. And here I actually can tell you there's a 26 pips downwards move again for today. I would keep the speed of this chart, of this trend, not going too wild. But this is definitely interesting sell. So NZD CHF, for me, it's about 25 pips. NZD DHF sell for the day. So I will leave that one. USD CAD, we wanted it to drop. It didn't reach full take profit, but we are still in a downtrend. So as we said, USD CAD is a selling mode. And USD CHF, we said here there could be an arrow future sell, because red under the cloud, it dropped here, and it didn't want to drop all the way last Wednesday, but I do expect it to go further down. USD CHF, we can check it on the higher time frames. It's not my point to make short-term trades on today's basis. NZD CHF, let me check NZD CHF on the hourly. Oh yeah, look, we are pretty high in pivots, so it's not only going down those 20 something pips, because that's today, right? This is today. This is what we just drew on the 15 minutes. Those weekly previews and additional education are great. Thank you. Really happy to hear that. Some guys are taking profits already on the earlier accounts, on the earlier trades, or maybe on last week. It's very good to hear. And here we have another 60 pips going down. So what I really like to do on this one, as it is nicely trending, take a bar pattern from Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Take it from last Monday, change the color a little bit to a lighter version, put it, zoom in, put it very clearly on the opening price of Sunday, Some people like to put it on the closing price of Friday to avoid the gap stuff. It's up to you. And here we see my speed of the chart wasn't that bad. It can go very quickly, but it doesn't have that move from the last Monday night shift. So it probably goes somewhere here. And then we have the continuation from there to here to there. So NZD CHF definitely, not only for the day, but also for the rest of the week, a very interesting pair to look at for the longer term sell. And that leaves me with quite some analysis already. Only the USD JPY isn't ready. The other ones are pretty ready to look into for the long run. And NZD CHF is actually something that you want to maybe already sell right now. AUD CHF also, we have AUD CAD for the sell, and AUD CHF itself is also ready for a 45 pips drop. Don't know how quickly that goes though, but here again you can use the bar pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Always use a full week or a full month. Even though the full month is nice, it can get you out of steam. Here you see that it might make a pullback there and then maybe goes down where you want it to go, because there was a drop and then a volume. It can also go quicker, but it can go towards the cloud and then drop after that. So AUD CHF, sell with cautious. Sell with caution, I need to say. But a lot of opportunities, guys, a lot of opportunities there. If you see me turn my neck all the way the other around, it's because I have 4 screens and you guys are on the second, your chat is on the first, and on the fourth I have some statistical data. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. AUD CHF. For the sell for about 40 pips. I usually don't really indicate how much I'm expecting to get this week, for the simple reason that it doesn't really matter what it is on Monday morning, because those pivots, they can expand, they can shrink as well. Of course, this is also an opportunity to go a little bit lower later this week, because that's what the pattern is giving us. Not without any pullbacks, guys. It's never going all straight lines, even though this looks like a pretty straight line to me. But this is talking about 27 May midnight, right? So 26th is 24th. So it's gonna take the full 24th, 25th and 26th 3 days to complete this move. Maybe it goes quicker. Well, it can be a 3-day downwards move. I'm going to quickly check the other pairs if I see anything that I might like to look into. Euro AUD for the buy would be in line with our other AUD sells, but it made some of the same levels of resistance, so I would be a little bit cautious with that one, so I'm skipping it. Skipping is the best thing you can do, guys. Skipping is the best thing you can do. Yes, it's an uptrend, but if this moment doesn't give you any ideas, then just skip it. Euro JPY, nothing for today, nothing for tomorrow, needs to get above the cloud, and only when it's above the cloud we can look again into higher levels. What do we want to do? But for now, this is absolutely nothing, and that's why you want to skip it. You want to skip it in your weekly analysis. You can check the hourly somewhere on Wednesday to see halfway through the week what is happening, but I mostly don't really do that. GBP AUD still growing, and this is interesting. You need new pivot levels for this. You probably don't really have precedented levels here, and you really need to go back and start looking for some support resistance lines manually, which is a great exercise. It's not that hard. Alt H giving you horizontal lines. This top line is only touched once, so it's not a trend line. There might be some level here in the middle that is causing a lot of resistance, but I like these levels. I think here is one that we can draw in as well. That might be a little bit closer to our current levels. All right, so let's go to the future. So this would be my support resistance levels. There's probably one exactly here in the middle. As I said, it does look good to draw it in. Less important though. So this is how we're gonna tackle this. This would be the all-time high from that period. I didn't look into what day or month it was. But you just go pivot level to pivot level. So you can go, okay, 1, 2 knocked out, 3 knocked out, 4 knocked out, etc. And of course it goes with pullbacks, right? So this doesn't go all so smooth. It will probably make resistance on those levels, then it will make pullbacks on those levels, maybe pulls back all the way to your old level, and then continues to go up. So this might already be way too far and way too ambitious, but those two might be really cool to go for. This is about 55 hours, so I'm giving you an advice for the next 3 days. It might pull back a bit now, but not way further than R6, I believe. It is quite strong level here in the cloud as well, and then it made those spikes up. So yeah, let's see, but GBP AUD is looking like it's growing. So I have GBP AUD for the buy. Now of course you need to look into the correlation of everything, where you see AUD CAD is going down, AUD CHF is going down, and then you are buying GBP AUD. It's all really related to the AUD, so watch out with that. Don't go too crazy on the same pairs with the same moves. Enough GBPs, let's check some NZD. We already have NZD CHF for the sell, NZD CAD here also dropping, having possibility to go down by 48 pips. Guys, this is gonna be a money week. This is gonna be such an easy money week. AUD NZD CAD for the sell, and I really want to stop writing because this is already so much, guys. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs that are going a strong direction. And those 8 pairs, they are going to give you more than you need for this week. USD CHF, very slow, resisting on the same level, so I will watch out. But if this continues, if it goes down, if it breaks those levels, then there is space as well. But that's it for the USD. So guys, we have an insane list starting with AUD CAD. And as I said, it doesn't all go straight down from here. So people were saying, can I sell now? If you can handle some drawdown, yes, you can just blindly sell, go to bed and see tomorrow, right? But the whole point is that the goal is to understand that this is a journey to 2 or 3 days from now. So most of those trades were 2 or 3 days to the S0 levels. It's a swing trade. It's giving, and you need to give it some time. They have good risk reward ratios. This one risk reward is about 30 to 50. Some of them are 20 to 60. You can get out when it goes to the other side of the cloud. You can get out when it's reaching the 1 hour support level, or when it or you give it all the space to move its way around in circles if you want, but not hitting your resistance level on the 4 hours, which is quite a big one, right? So you need to look out for this. This is like 200 pips, which is absolutely my maximum. But it means that you just give it space to let it drop, because it is dropping at the end. Now on the 1 hour time frame, I do respect this 1 hour support resistance line at this moment. Resistance, I do respect it a lot, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't touch it and tries to break but unsuccessfully breaks, and then you just continue to sell. So what if you sold here, right? Then you're gonna get a very nervous 2 days. 3 days you are getting more happy, 4th day you're hitting take profit. That's the whole philosophy of having the patience to wait for your trades. So yes, you can have some drawdowns sometimes when you try to follow the trend, as long as you really believe in the trend, and here you start doubting, which is normal. But as long as you believe in the trend and you give it a day or two to actually show you that it goes. If it would go up here the next day, I will probably close it out. And yes, you take a loss sometimes, but that loss is sometimes just part of the game. Guys, I really hope that this was very useful for you guys. At least it was very useful for me. I have my list, and it's on a $100 bill, of course not a real one. But this is my money list for this week, and I have 8 pairs to look at. I'm entering myself in about an hour, I guess. Half an hour till London opens. Then we have another half an hour of seeing London being opened. That's probably the earliest moment that I'm going to take certain positions. I wish you guys just an amazing week, and I hope that you are going to enjoy it, and I see you guys on the session tomorrow. On Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday we are looking to the 15-minute charts, and we are looking on the options to I'm looking on the options to actually enter. The list is in the Infinity Tools, guys, and you can also watch this recording again. Thank you so much, and I see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.